They say history is written by the victors, but what happens when the victor becomes the villain? When power turns to cruelty, and force becomes famine, and control becomes carnage. We're witnessing it now. For nearly 2 years, a brutal campaign has crushed an entire people under siege, starvation, and slaughter. This isn't war, this is extermination dressed in military uniforms. In Gaza, hospitals burn while the world watches. Entire neighborhoods reduced to ash and bone. Children starve not because there's no food, but because it's being kept from them. The health system, gone, bombed, surrounded, choked until it can't breathe. No medicine, no water, no oxygen. Just sounds where ambulances used to scream. The facts speak louder than any accusation. Medical facilities, once places of healing, now encircled by tanks. Shelled, shot at, stripped of dignity. A hospital set ablaze after generations were stuck in the dead of night. Another besieged so completely that not even a single soul can escape or enter to help. Ambulances riddled with bullets as they try to move between ruins. And still, the lies roll out like smoke. Excuses, accusations against the wounded, blame thrown at the dying. Every bombed maternity ward, every shattered clinic, justified with words like security, intelligence, or necessity. But let me tell you what's necessary: humanity. And that has been stripped away. This isn't about politics anymore. It's about survival. About whether we stand for something or become complicit in the erasure of an entire population. A genocide. How many bodies does it take before the world wakes up? Over 50,000 lives extinguished. Thousands more beneath rubble we refuse to clear. Families torn apart. Not just by bombs, but by policy, by design. A calculated effort to remove people from their land, their homes, their right to exist at all. And still, the trucks roll in, barely enough to feed a village, yet paraded as mercy. A smokescreen, a performance for cameras while real people rot in the dark, starving, bleeding, dying. There is no famine relief in a graveyard. The truth is undeniable. This isn't about Hamas. It never was. If it were, why bomb hospitals? Why cut off water? Why surround clinics with drones and shoot at those who dare to move within? No, this is about control. Total control. A message carved into the bones of the innocent: you do not belong here. But I have news. I have news for the architects of this horror. The world sees you. We see the blood on your hands. We see the screams echoing through the tunnels where the families hide. We count the dead, not just numbers, but names, dreams, future snuffed out. And we will not be silent. Diplomats flee gunfire in the West Bank, while leaders sit in air-conditioned rooms pretending this is normal. Sanctions are announced like press releases. Polite, measured, late. Where is the fury? Where is the fire? There is no moral high ground when you bomb children and call it defense. Every excuse made for the slaughter only deepens the stain in our collective conscience. Every delay in intervention is another bullet in the chamber. Every shrug of the shoulder is a nod to the killers. We must stop pretending diplomacy can stop genocide. If we don't act, we are part of the crime. If we hesitate, we enable the next bomb, the next siege, the next hospital turned to rubble. There is no neutrality in mass murder. This is not a plea, it is a demand. End the blockade, stop the bombing, protect the hospitals, let the aid flow not as theater, but as justice. Let the people live, not just survive, not just endure, live. The world cannot afford to look away, not again, not ever again. Because if we do, we'll become exactly what we claim to oppose. Let me be clear, this ends now. Not with negotiations behind closed doors, not with photo ops and promises, but with action, with accountability, with justice. Or we lose more than lives. We lose our humanity.